Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Robin here, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to do an update from my entire stock portfolio for the month of April. I got 3 portfolios to go over today, so it's going to be a bit of a long video, but I'm going to try and jump through them as quickly as possible. And before we get started, I also want to mention that we were doing the REIT investing case study video. If you guys normally watch my channel, I'm going to combine that video with this one since I'm going to be going through that portfolio anyways. So if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that like button, be sure to subscribe if you guys want to see more videos. And without further ado, let's jump into our stock portfolios and let's see how we did for the month of April. Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Alright, so I'm inside my dashboard of my Wealthsimple portfolio, and like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be doing the REIT investing case study update inside this video since I'm going to be going through all my portfolios one by one here in this video. And we're going to start with my Wealthsimple Invest portfolio, then we'll jump into my Wealthsimple Dividend portfolio, and then we'll jump into my REIT investing portfolio, which is all about real estate. So this is going to be a bit of a long video, and I do apologize for that, guys, but I'm going to try and dive in, and we're going to try and go over everything that's been going on. And I'll kind of show you guys what's been going on in the past month or so. So the current date as of right now is May 9th. This is going to be a bit of an update for April, pretty much to today. So it's going to be mostly April update. I'm going to try and get into the habit of doing these updates at the beginning of each month. It's just I've just been really busy with things, and I've been needing to put it out for a while. So this is my April update, basically up until now. And I do these once a month, so if you guys missed, like I mentioned before, if you guys missed the last ones, I'll link to the playlist in the descriptions video. You guys can watch my portfolio update all the way from when I started doing them in January. So this is my main Wealthsimple account here, my Wealthsimple Invest account. We're sitting at $43,597. My main strategy for investing right now is putting money into my dividend investing case study, my REIT investing case study. Then anything I have extra left over, I'll stick into my Wealthsimple Invest account. And this isn't a tax-free savings account on Wealthsimple, and my main focus is basically maxing this out. I also have my dividend investing case study in my other tax-free savings account, but I'm getting close to my contribution limit, so I'm gonna have to see what I'm gonna have to think about what I'm gonna do from there. But here are the total returns and whatnot for this portfolio. As you guys can see, we are negative 1,000. It's been kind of hovering around 500 to 1,000 the past month. If we go in the past month, actually, we can take a peek here and see with the chart. We can see here that beginning of April we were kind of down. Then we went up a bit, we were down, we went up a bit, and now we're kind of sitting a little bit up. Like stocks have kind of gone up a little bit, obviously since they crashed down a lot at the start of everything, right? I think if we go here to the last 6 months, we can see right here like how things kind of really went down when basically the whole country shut down. But we're kind of on our way back up, and we're almost there. Like we're almost back to breaking even. I did buy, not tons, but I did buy a bunch in this portfolio when stocks went down. It was mostly my dividend investing case study, my REIT investing case study that I bought the most in the dip, right? Because I do update those. I do put money into them on a weekly basis. But this one I've still been kind of chipping away. I've been adding money in. We can actually see how many deposits I've had here on this tab. So in April we put $550. That's how much free cash I had. And then in May so far we put $450. We'll have a little bit extra in May, but April we there's a lot going on. My income does kind of vary month to month because I do make income from home and stuff like that, and it depends on dividends and stuff like that. So yeah, in April we didn't have a ton of money to put in, but in May we will have a little bit more, I think. So we'll just have to wait and see how things go. But you can see here that you don't have to put tons of money every single month. I've just kind of been chugging along here. Some of these months are a little bit more than others. Like in February I sold a bunch of I have a little bit of investments in cryptocurrencies that I'm trying to kind of sell as prices go up, kind of thing, trying to get rid of them. And in February I sold a little bit, so I had a little bit extra money. And then in March too I had a little bit extra. But you can see here, like if I could see back, like not all months I'm putting in tons, especially since I started my dividend investing case study and my REIT investing case study. Most of the money are going into those because I want to build up my monthly income, like my dividends that I'm getting. I'm more interested in that, but I still think this portfolio, this high risk portfolio in Wealthsimple, is going to benefit in the future, and that's why I keep building it up. And it's where the bulk of my money is. So let's go into the actual portfolio itself. I'm going to give you guys a rundown on what I hold. I'll give you guys a rundown on all the different ETFs. If you do pick to invest with Wealthsimple, they predominantly put your stocks into ETFs, which I think is a great way to do it. That's another reason why I still put money into this portfolio, because you can't go wrong with ETFs, especially if they're solid ETFs. They're going to do good in the end, and plus it's very hands-off. Like I don't have to do anything with this portfolio. All I have to do is put money in, and it invested for me, and I make my income off it. So if you guys want that kind of couch potato type, hands-off type of investing, I would recommend a robo-advisor like Wealthsimple, and that's how I get started with investing. as well. So you can see here that we all the risk level growth, which is the highest one you can get. And that's about 90% equities. We said 89%, we're just 1% off, but they will rebalance that. And then we'll have 11%, which is supposed to be 10% fixed income with bonds. So once again, predominantly equity in this portfolio. And let's go over the different percentages here. You can see that we have 20% or 22% in US equities. So this is VTI. This is a Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. We have about almost $10,000 of US shares, US dollars in shares, 47 shares, and then performance so far is about 2%. So US stocks have actually rebounded quite a bit amongst this whole kind of thing. You can actually see that the US stocks in this portfolio is actually pulling me up. So actually my international stocks, my foreign stocks, and my Canadian stocks, we'll talk about in a second, are actually still pretty low. It's actually the US stocks that are pulling this up. And this is nice to look at this because it's nice to review this to kind of see where things are at. So we can see here that if my if XEF and EMV and all these other stocks kind of start to balance out, we'll look at a huge growth. Like we'll get a huge growth in this portfolio because remember, this is high risk. So when things go up, like when things go down with this portfolio, they go down a lot. But when things go up, they really go up a lot. So that's the cool thing about these portfolios, you know, like they're building for the long haul to make you the maximum dollars. So the cool thing about this is now that the US is starting to kind of, you know, get a little bit on the plus side, once these other ones like this XEF, which is international equities, foreign stocks, a lot of like, I think this is mostly like Asian based and whatnot, and a lot of those Asian countries. This is negative 8%. So once this gets back up, we'll get a good chunk, and this is $10,000 almost once again. So I mean, you know, that's a pretty good. That might be like $1,000 or so right there, and you know, and it just kind of adds up over across the board. So yeah, I'm looking forward to when those stocks go up. EEMV is a emerging market equities. This is heavily weighted in Japan, China, and all those places. This one isn't too bad. I mean, you think it would be a little bit lower, but they're starting to rebound kind of thing. I think they might be down for quite a while. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe they can kind of come up a little bit towards the end of the year. But I still think a lot of these foreign stocks, like especially the Asian countries, they're going to struggle a little bit. But maybe they'll go up towards the end of the year. We'll just have to wait and see. Next up, we have XIC. This is our Canadian stocks. And Canadian stocks are actually doing not the greatest either. I predominantly invest in Canadian stocks and Canadian real estate. That's my REIT investing portfolio is pretty much 100% based out of Canada. I think if you're going to invest in Canadian stocks, real estate might be your best bet. But, you know, the Canadian stock market is also good as well. There's a lot of good companies, and it's also important to diversify. So we have 10% of our portfolio in here. So it's nice that Wealthsimple has kind of put that in there. And that's about $5,000. ACWV is global equities with iShares. Once again, this is just more diversification. You can see that this portfolio in Wealthsimple really favors diversification. They favor like lots of variety, which I think is good, especially for a portfolio that you're going to hold in the long term. And I do agree with that. And then at the bottom, we have a US equities Canadian hedge fund. I'm not too sure why they have this in here, but it seems to be doing pretty good for the most part. So I don't mind it. And it's just it's only 5% percentage of the portfolio. Then going down here, we have some bonds. We have ZFL, Bank of Montreal, long. You can click on these and it actually shows you. This is one thing I want to point out is you can actually click on these and look at these. You can also Google them and it tells you different things here. So this is a cool little page here. You can look at these. I'm not going to go through that because it'd take me forever. But this is basically a Bank of Montreal federal bond ETF. Performance is 10% right now. Obviously bonds are up because stocks are down, but these I'm not too sure how things are going to go in the future. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not super familiar with how this kind of stuff pans out. So I'm kind of on a learning experience too with a lot of you guys and just waiting to see what happens. But I imagine bonds might go down a little bit once stocks kind of balance out, but we'll have to wait and see. So far, they're doing pretty good. And then we have Q-Tip, which is a US-based bond. Once again, Canadian hedged, and that's not doing too bad either, but we just have so much little cash that it doesn't really make a big difference. These mostly just produce me dividends every single month, and it helps, I guess, add a little bit of safety net to the portfolio. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much the holdings for this portfolio. It's pretty much been the same for a long time. Basically, I put the money in, and then Wealthsimple just takes it and kind of just throws it into all those different funds for me, and that's pretty much all it is. We'll go into our activity here so you guys can see the dividends and stuff like that. I think we have a little bit of dividends from April. Most of the dividends came in March. So if you guys missed last video, check that out because that's when we made most of our dividends for these portfolios. In fact, I can actually just show you them right here really quick. So in March, we had $7 from ZFL. And then March 10th, we had Q-Tip. And then we had XIC, which is a nice juicy dividend of $44. And then we had some at the beginning of April too. So this is like end of March, beginning of April. And this is VTI, which is a US stocks, gives a nice another juicy dividend of $40. And then ZFL, which is $7 as well. And then April, here are some other dividends we have. We have VUS, Q-Tip, and then ZFL. And for the most part, this portfolio doesn't make a ton of dividends. And that's why I started the dividend investing case study, because I wanted to do something that would be producing more dividends on a regular basis. So yeah, this portfolio, it's more of a patient type of portfolio. And yeah, that's pretty much how it is. So coming at the end of May, we probably won't get many dividends, but coming June, we actually have a lot of dividends because all my ETFs in this portfolio, and some of them pay like nice juicy dividends. We should see some good solid dividends. It depends on how many get cut and stuff like that, but I would imagine they'd be pretty good for the most part, because our ETFs in this portfolio will be paying some good dividends. I think last year I made a couple $100, so should be a good month this year. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm pretty excited for June because it's always a good dividend month. But that's pretty much my main Wealthsimple invest portfolio. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions about this portfolio, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll try to answer them to the best I can. Now let's jump over to my dividend investing portfolio and let's see how it's doing. Alright guys, so we're inside my tax-free savings account, my dividend investing portfolio with Wealthsimple Trade. If you guys don't have a Wealthsimple Trade account, I'll put my link in the description of this video as well as in the comment section. You guys can sign up for Wealthsimple Trade if you're from Canada, and you guys will get $5 for free if you use my affiliate link, and I'll get $5, and thank you guys very much for that if you guys want to get started. So here's my dividend portfolio inside Wealthsimple Trade. Once again, if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comments. We're sitting at about $2,000 Canadian. We are all time, I like to do all time because it gives us the best bet. We are all time down about $140, 7%. But in the past month or so, we are up $32. So once again, a small little increase for the past month. Like I said, stocks have gone up a little bit. We also are starting to get more in our dividends, and I will bring up my spreadsheet in just a few seconds here. Once I get through this little portfolio, you guys can see the different earnings. And once again, if you guys want to follow along with my dividend investing case studies, be sure to click the link in the description of this video. It will go towards a playlist. I'll link to this one as well as my REIT investing case study playlist if you guys kind of want to watch me how I built these portfolios, because I'm not going to dive into them too much because I kind of do it on a weekly basis. But if you guys want to follow along with me and like how I really started it from scratch, check out those videos, because I start everything from scratch. We start completely from scratch, and we built this portfolio to what it is now. So here's our holdings that we have. Pretty basic stuff, nothing too crazy. We have a few single stocks with some pretty big ETFs here sitting at the bottom. The ETFs make up the base of the stock, and then all dividends. Everything in this portfolio is based on dividends. And I tried to make everything based on monthly dividends, although we do have a few that are quarterly, but that's okay. The main focus of this portfolio is to bump up that monthly income, so I can start getting income on a regular basis from dividends. And then take those dividends and reinvest them, and then it just keeps going from there. That's kind of the whole point of it. This portfolio has been really fun, and it's been great. And the cool thing about it is when I first started this portfolio, let's go into the dividends so you guys can really see how things are going. Is when I first started this portfolio, we weren't making too much money. It was pretty basic. I just got to filter this just so it's the right portfolio here. Go to our tax-free savings account. So when I first started this portfolio, we weren't making very much. We get 40 cents, 27 cents, 30 cents. You can see this was in January, end of February kind of thing. And then over time, it just slowly started increasing. And that's what happens with dividend investing. I think in April, we got our first $1 from VDY. We got $1 dividend, and then XRE gave us $1.70. Then we got $1 from XHD, and and at the end of May, it's just going to keep increasing, and then June, it's just going to keep going from there. We already got almost all the dividends from all these different stocks and stuff, and we're adding more stocks into the portfolio. We're slowly kind of adding them. Once again, we're focused on ETFs, but we are slowly adding them because I do want to pick some individual stocks because it's fun to play around stuff like that. And and the cool thing about picking your individual stocks is you can focus more on the stocks that you want to hold, or the ones that have certain yields, or they have certain monthly distribution days and stuff like that. So this is the dividend investing portfolio, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, if you guys want to can get more detail about this portfolio, check out the link in the description where I kind of go through the case study. I do update it on a weekly basis, so make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. You guys can check that weekly update. So that's my dividend portfolio. Let's check out my REIT investing portfolio, and let's see how my real estate stocks are doing. Alright, so we're inside my REIT, or my real estate investing portfolio, and I built this portfolio because I wanted to create something that was separate from everything else that I was doing and show you guys how to invest in real estate if you don't have a lot of income. That was the main purpose of this portfolio. It was to show you guys how like you don't need to take a loan from a bank. You don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started with real estate. You can just put money into REITs and you can start earning money from real estate right off the hop. So I started this portfolio about a couple months ago. We can see here that over the course of 1 month, we are down a little bit. So it looks like REITs actually went down a little bit in the past month, and that's kind of expected because Canadian real estate, it's kind of, we don't really know what's going to happen, right? Like they dropped a lot when everything dropped, but they've kind of been all over the place, and it's kind of unpredictable in the future. But I'm going to keep investing in real estate because I think real estate in Canada, no matter what, I think in the end it's going to do great. Like I don't think real estate is going to crash. It might dip a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. But I am like, a lot of these REITs are such a cheap price and they have such good dividend yields that I think in the end it's not really going to matter. And then when they do go up, you'll see a nice little like, it'll be good. I think it'll be well worth the risk. So all time, this portfolio is, oh, it looks like we don't have, okay, well, we'll just go 1 year. For some reason the all-time graph isn't showing, but for 1 year, which is basically the whole course of the portfolio since it's only about 2 months old, we are down $60, so negative 6%. And like I said, with 1 month, we are down about 2%. So a little bit down, but that's okay. These are the different REITs that we have. Once again, focused on ETFs because I do think ETFs are the best way to go. We have, ZRE, XRE, VRE, REIT, Rayocan, and then H&R was the last one I bought for $10 a share. As you guys can see, these are really cheap. I think real estate is a great way to invest right now. Just make sure if you are going to invest in real estate, just make sure you diversify, maybe grab some dividend stocks, maybe grab some other ETFs and stuff like that. But there's nothing wrong with making the bulk of your portfolio real estate if you want. Just like I said, always make sure to diversify because you never know. In the odd event that real estate, maybe it might take a couple years for real estate to recover. Nobody can really say, but I've been having a lot of fun with this REIT investing case study. And once again, if you guys want to follow along with me, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I do an update 1 day a week. And let's go into the activity. And once again, just like my dividend portfolio, we're getting dividends on a monthly basis here. And you can see here that this is the REIT, REIT, we want dividends. There we go. So we can see the dividends for this portfolio. So once again, like we just started this portfolio in March and we're already getting tons of dividends. So that's the power of investing with REITs and dividends. And I think they are, once again, one of the main things I'm going to focus on. So I hope you guys liked this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit long on the long side, but I wanted to do an entire stock update video. Once again, I like to do these on a monthly basis. So if you guys want to follow along here and you guys want to join me on this journey, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, be sure to let me know in the comment section and give this video a big like if you did enjoy it. So thanks for watching this video with me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. And before I forget, I just want to go over my spreadsheet here really quickly. I know I promised that I would go over this for you guys, and sorry, I almost forgot to do that. But here's the spreadsheet. So once again, for month 1 in January, you made $1.44. This is our dividend investing case study. In month 2 in February, we made $1.61. In month 3, we made $4.35. And then month 4 in April, we made $5.22. So our total for April was $5.22. And then in May, we made $1.60. So total dividends earned is $13.22 for our dividend investing case study. So $5.22 was our total earnings from the dividend portfolio in April. And then with our REIT investing case study here, we can see here that in March, our first month, we made $1.29. In April, $1.28. So the $2.28 was what we made in April. And then May, we're already almost above that, so not too shabby. Then all time, we made $5.89. So as you guys can see, we made about $2.28 plus 5, which is about $6, $7, $8 in total-ish. So not too shabby. We're starting to get there. Slowly starting to grow on, but I just wanted to include this in there because I knew I promised I would show my spreadsheet. So hope you guys enjoyed that. So take care. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.